What up? Week 3 of 52. Like, got a lot to do today. But I'm about to run out to go do a little walk. Except for, yeah, it's more like training for Mount Adams. Which I'll talk more about that, like, as we go through. But it's weekend, Sunday, January 18th, 2026. And right here I got basically what I did during this week. So, Monday, first day of school. Everything's going great. I wake up 9 a.m., hit a good leg workout. I leave feeling the shakiness and, that feeling when you're, like, walking down the stairs and then your leg gives out just a little bit. I think I could have gone harder, but I had to go get ready for class, which started at 11:30. So came down, got a shower, whatever, got ready for class, put all my notebooks in my backpack, and I headed out. Actually, I drew I bought these, like, refillable notebook things, so they're just blank, but what I decided to do was write down, like, my class name on it. So, like, this one's neuropsychology with Dr. Sherry Cease. So happy she's back, leaving this end of the semester, which is heartbreaking, but it's whatever. And then my next class was human sexuality, which is really interesting, actually. I've been told it's going to be one of my favorite classes just because it's very, like, fun and a little bit awkward, too. But it'll be good. So, did those two classes, and human sexuality is my first class, 11:30. Rolls around. I go into class, like, right on time, so it's a little bit... Actually, no. No. I walk into class. A lot of people are already there. I'm a couple minutes early. I look around. Seats are filled with people I know, and then there's, like, no spots. So I'm looking around kind of awkwardly because everybody's looking at me, which is like, I don't know why you're looking at me, probably just because I'm, like, here. And then I see a spot, I go over there, sit down, it's right next to the window. I'm like, great, I get a window seat, because everybody wants a window seat, except for nobody wanted it in this class. It's probably an airport thing and not actually a classroom, but whatever. I go sit down, I crank open the window, like, really loud, which is a little bit annoying. Somebody turns around and looks at me, and I'm like, I'm just opening the window, and the birds are singing, and it's like, and it's so cool. I'm loving it. And then as class goes on, the same person keeps looking back at me, and I'm like, I can't tell if this is like a trying to tell me to close the window, or if it's like or if it's actually just looking back at me to look at me. I don't know. I have no clue. Anyway, the day ends. Finished with all my classes. And then... What happened? Oh, and then I was on call. Hung out in the lounge for a little bit. Nothing really happened. Except for I did forget to do my... what was it? I forgot to do these forms that I was supposed to do every day after on call. So, hit the hay, what the heck, on Monday. And then Tuesday, wake up for an 8 a.m. in my global field experience class. Oh my gosh, waking up at 7 to go to a class at 8 is just buns. And so I hit snooze until 7:30 and then sit in my bed until 7:40 and then get up, take a shower. It's like I get ready for 15 minutes and then I was a little, like, right on time again, which was okay, but, like, I think I'd prefer to be 10 minutes early. But I'm late. No. I'm barely on time for class. And then I go sit in the back with the one other guy in the class, but we're having fun and we're just hanging out. So class goes on. We learn about what's going to happen. And then the Japan trip at the end of the year, which is going to be really cool. I ordered my passport, or, like, to get it and expedite it that day. I was so dumb. I should have done it much earlier because I knew I needed it anyway. So I did that. And then I go on to my next class, history and systems, but it's 2 hours or it's 3 hours later. So I go back and I'm super tired. So I'm sitting in my bed, like basically zonked out, trying to go to sleep. And I'm sitting on my phone for like most of the time. So that was kind of stupid. But I end up making it to my history and systems class a minute late. Shoot. Last semester, I was late to this guy's classes like all the time. And so I kind of felt dumb. Again, I'm looking around trying to find a spot, and it's just the worst. Like, trying to find a spot when you're late is so bad, especially on the first day of classes. So I find a spot, sit down, and then Nelson's throwing some jokes with me. It's just, it was funny. So I was glad that he wasn't frustrated or anything. He's never been frustrated. Great guy. Anyway, Tuesday goes by. I actually was putting an event for my floor, the jungle. So I went to Costco with one of my other RA pals, Cass, who has a Costco card. And so I didn't have a Costco card, so I needed a Costco card. I ended up getting gas with the Costco card, which was really nice. It was like $30 instead of $50. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. So I get gas, and then we go over, and I'm like, I don't know what to get them because there's a couple like things that I need to pay attention to, like dietary restriction wise. One of them is I can't have tree nuts in any of the desserts, and then the other one is I need to make sure that there's an option for somebody who's like lactose intolerant. So, and this is all for an event that I called like pizza and pillow fort, but people ended up not wanting pizza because they already had dinner. So I was like, I'll just skip desserts instead. But we grabbed like all of the mattresses from the bottom floor and made a little fort in the lounge, and it was super fun. I had a great time. I almost ate sugar, which would be breaking the little 75 medium that the guys are doing, which happened on the last Sunday. It's kind of a... Last Sunday, I decided to join some guys doing a 75 medium, which is just the category, or like the rules of it, where you have to exercise once a day, you have to read a chapter or 10 pages, drink the right amount of water for your body weight. So it's not a gallon, because some guys were just didn't want to do it. And then the last one was follow a diet. So I'm just doing no added sugar, because I know I eat a lot of added sugar. Like, thinking back and realizing this last week, I've had so many options for like sugar. There was Wednesday, which I'll get to next. There was a what was it? There was a donut social, and I was like, oh dude, I want like a glazed jelly filled donut. I just need it. And then Tuesday, which was the day of the like party event, I ended up getting a blueberry lemon loaf pound cake. Oh my gosh. And then some of that delicious vanilla Costco ice cream, which is like fire, comes in 2 half gallons. And then some of those mini Costco cookies, which, if you know what I'm talking about, those are so peak. So the event goes by, goes great. We play Quiplash. Quiplash gets off the rails, obviously, as it does. And then Thursday rolls around. Thursday morning, I sleep in because I stayed up pretty late Wednesday night, but I can sleep in until like 11:30. So, Thursday was my history and systems class, which, oh my gosh, no. Wednesday, holy crud. Okay, we're talking about Wednesday. I'm getting sidetracked. Wednesday, I wake up late because I stayed up late on Tuesday, tearing everything down because people left me to clean everything up on my own. No, there are some residents who stayed by, which is really nice. So Wednesday comes around, human sexuality, neuropsych, both classes, but something interesting happened in human sexuality. The person who was eyeing me in the last class took my seat at the window in this class. So I think they just don't want to confront me because they just didn't want me to open the window, which could have been solved with a simple conversation. But we're both assuming, so whoever you are, if you're watching this video, I hope we're chill. Anyway, class goes on. They end up opening the window, and I was like, how funny. But this is all on the assumption that they didn't want me to open up the window. So class goes by. I go to my next class, neuropsych, just sit around. And then I'm done with classes until I reach emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence was another class, which I just so happened to be right on time with. And I really, something I need to adopt is coming to class like on the dot, or like 5 minutes. It's not on the dot. 5 minutes before class starts. That's something I need to work on. Thursday comes around. Oh my gosh, I keep on skipping. Okay, Wednesday, I have a couple Christmases ago, I gave my dad this like notebook of a bunch of drawings of movies and like dinners. So we'd hang out, watch a movie like Back to the Future, and it'd be like Back to the Future and burgers. So that was that night. We go back. He knows that I'm doing this 75 medium, and he did the 75 hard, which is really impressive. I'm not doing that yet. I probably will in the future, but he knew that I was doing this anyway, and was like, hey, I know the perfect thing. We can do an outdoor exercise. And so I was like, sweet. So he gives me this 30-pound like backpacking backpack, and we hike this 4-mile hill, basically. It's so hard, but it was so fun. Like afterwards, I was totally winded. My legs were burning. Muscles I didn't even know that like I could be sore in were sore, but it was great. So it's honestly amazing preparation for the Mount Adams trip that I'm going to be going on with a good buddy of mine. So yeah. And then we had burgers. Whoo! He mixed up ground beef with this raw meat with like cheese and onions and bacon. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I had 3 of them. I think they were like 8-ounce, 10-ounce burgers too. Like they were pretty thick. But with no sugar, no sauce, because sauce has sugar, which is kind of heartbreaking. Anyway, Thursday comes around, which is what I've been saying this whole time for some reason. I don't know why Thursday's so important. Thursday comes around. I go to my history and systems class with Nelson, and then I end up showing up to the RA class, which is at 3:30, and we talk about rest. And I actually thought it was really interesting because I've been thinking about rest recently and about how, like, for some reason, I just got tired and I don't wake up until a certain point in the day, like maybe 2 or 3 hours after I've woken up. I don't really wake up until 2 or 3 hours later after I've woken up. So we talk about rest, and there was this thing that my teacher had mentioned in that, who's also my boss. And she was like, hey, well, not to me, to the class, mentions this rule. It's like a 10-4-3-2-1. So no caffeine 10 hours before you go to bed. No, I think it was like food food was 2 hours. No electronics 1 hour. No homework 3 hours. And no fluids aside from water 4 hours. I think I'd have to look it up again, but I was like, that actually sounds pretty good. And I need to stay off of my electronics, because I quite honestly am staying up late playing video games, which was an issue last semester, and I'm trying to get rid of it. So Friday rolls around. I sleep through chapel once more. Oh my gosh. Thursday. Okay. Thursday, right after RA class, I have dinner and then improv practice, which was really fun. It was a great first show of the semester. Oh my gosh. Almost dropped my notebook. Great first improv of the semester. Super fun. My aunt came around. My friend and his fiance, and then his cousins came too, which was really cool. And then my dad showed up. It was awesome. So really cool that all of them decided to come, and they had a great time. Sometimes a little bit scared because like some pretty shady jokes can get dropped, which is great sometimes. But it's just a little nerve-wracking when you don't know how people are going to receive it. So yeah, but it was good. It was very good. That, and then I had to skip out on family dinner that night, which is something that the improv team does, to go to bed and get some homework done that I had been slacking on playing video games. Don't slack. Except for it's probably fine if you do, because I've been doing it and I'm in college, so everybody does it. Anyway, go to bed on Thursday, probably around 1. So I sleep through chapel and I wake up at, let's see. Did my classes. Oh yeah, 11:30. So I wake up at around 11, get ready, end up making it to class a little bit before class, and we do human sexuality again, and then neuropsych, and we end up not being able to finish the class fully. So we put things for next week, which I'm so happy we have Monday off because Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That's gonna be great. So I do classes, I go hit my workout, and then I do homework. And then later in the night, I don't have anything else going on, so I went to Dick's with some of my residents. They actually invited me, which I thought was very sweet. It was fun. So I go to Dick's, have a super fun time, and we end up coming back, and the guy who's driving is actually not specifically him, but the girls go in a separate car, and the guys are in like our car. And as we're coming back, they start taking these like random routes, and I'm like, where are we going? Because I kind of have to be back on campus because I had homework that I needed to finish that night. So I'm flying around random parts of Kirkland, and I don't even know where we're going, which is crazy because I've been through pretty much everywhere here. It was very fun. It was a little crazy. I don't know where the girls ended up going, but the guys ended up calling it quits and heading back. I downed the homework, and then I think I ended up doing 1 chapter instead of 10 pages for the 75 medium, which I was a little bit disappointed about. Like, I totally could have done better, but it was just choosing not to. So, oh well. And then Saturday, woke up pretty early. I was supposed to meet with somebody, but then things fell through. So, oh well. And then played some video games, and then we played D&D, which was really fun. I had a new character. His name is Caseus. Which, if you look up that word, Caseous, is actually like an infection. It follows through with his backstory, which is really cool. I was proud of it. Still trying to figure out what the voice for him will be, but it'll be fun. I'm excited to see how it plays out. It'll be cool. And then I talked with my friend Jacob, who I'm going to be doing the Mount Adams trip with. And we are going to head out on the 18th, I think, of July. 18th, and then the 19th, we will come down, and then I'll probably have a video ready by that Friday, so it'll be posted on the 19th, but then the next week's video, or I'll just do a separate video on Mount Adams, will be on Mount Adams. So you guys will get that, but wait for in July. It's going to be really fun. I'm excited for it. And then Sunday, today, I slept in through church, which I was a little bit disappointed about, but it was good that I had a little reset and was able to get some sleep. I decided to try and find some kind of motivation, but I like through YouTube, something to motivate me. But then I was like, you know what? I forgot this is basically just supposed to be a journal. And if I want to do anything extracurricular with this, then I can do it later, or like just make a different channel about like video games or something like that. So, and then tonight I'm going to do another ruck. I'm going to grab a backpacking bag from my dad and bring it over here, throw some weights in it, and then I have no excuse to not do my outdoor workouts here. So I think the plan is to go from northwest, and then I would go like northwest is over here, go over here, and then down the hill to the waterfront, and then walk around, and then up another way. So I'll have to figure out what the mileage is on that, but it'll be good for me to get some weight on and go walking. It might be a little bit weird, but if I do it later at night or earlier in the morning, then I should be fine. It's about an hour. The one is like over in Woodinville. It's about an hour, but the one over here, I would still have to figure that out. So I might do that tomorrow. maybe I'll also give my legs a little rest after tonight. I think it's going to be a every other day kind of thing. So yeah, but that was my week. Next week I'll probably just be doing the same thing, but yeah, I will see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed a little breakdown of my video or my week, but I will catch you guys later.